Welcome back to Riff Arcade, and things are not leaving me alone. little bomby mushroom with wings over here.
Jeez, yeah.
Or
carpet bombing you.
Nightmare fuel is trying to kill me over here. But we've got the flippers, we've got the magic powder, we've got half energy, we've got fast travel. It is time to go to the second Dark World dungeon.
Number 2.
In the swamp. Oop.
We've also
So,
got
Butts-
the touch. We got the power. Ooh, red rupee.
So much. Okay. We've got a plate. It's him.
Oh, nice. Scarf, it is I. Objects exist simultaneously in both worlds in similar shapes. If the form of the thing changes, it will affect the shape of its twin in the other world. Kind of like actual twins.
That's still being studied. We don't know that for sure.
I see. Prove me wrong. Wait, Scarf, where you going, Scarf?
Yes, so I have to leave. You'll see why.
You have to leave?
Because I have no.
Oh,
yes, I have
you-
no way to get to that ladder that was up there.
They're
So
gonna,
as he said,
you're gonna, yeah.
yes, I have to change the light world to affect the dark
Cop right
world.
there. It's like, oh yeah, teleport right here, buddy.
He's like, I just can't get a break. I can't find that link anywhere. I'll get a raise. My wife and I, we just had a kid. I could really use that bump. And then I just materialize in front of him. And he's like,
Everything's coming
Kill
up.
him!
Guard number 5.
That's my birth name, card number 5. Don't ask. Okay. So I've just got a kachoof.
Let's just flood everything.
I can use my magic powder on this thing. Come back.
What does it do? Oh,
Oh, it turns them into fairies. But I
disintegrates.
accidentally picked it up. So, buds, here on Riff Arcade, we like to invoke the early 90s and childhood. So, the question I have for you is, what is a toy that you fondly remember from your childhood?
I had a fish that I was no. So let me think. So there was. I've got a toy that has a story background to it, so that's probably a good one to do. Did you just throw a magic fish in a river?
I did. I saved his life.
Well,
And
wonderful.
he threw me some rupees.
That's just delightful. Okay, so one of the toys I remember as a kid was I had an Optimus Prime transformer that had the like the semi truck back that turned into a base, and that was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that was a very expensive toy. And the only reason I got it was because one night I was playing in the living room and I like slipped and fell and hit my head on the coffee table and
Ooh.
like cracked my head open. So like I really like gashed my head pretty big, and we had to go to the hospital and get stitches in the back of my head. And my mom was like, "Oh, you were so brave. You know, you did so good. This was really a tough night. Why don't we go to Toys R Us and you could pick out a toy?" And so I did. I was like, "I want the Optimus Prime transforming thing," and so I got it. So like I had that toy for a while. Like I played the mess out of that thing.
Nice.
Of course, I had to nearly kill myself to
actually
get
really
it.
cool.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That also probably is why I don't like Superman, because I was wearing Superman pajamas, and what I was doing was I was inside of a box, because, you know, kids play with boxes. And
Dude.
I was just like dancing around, like my feet were slipping in the box, and I was like, "Ooh, got slippy feet, this is fun, woo woo." And like I fell, and because I was in a box, I couldn't catch myself, so my head just wanged on the coffee table we had, and just cracked the back of my head open. And so, like, that didn't feel good, so I was, you know, screaming bloody murder, and then we went to the hospital, and the doctors had to stitch up the back of my head, and that's when Mom was like, "Oh, you know, you were so brave, you did so good." So I got that toy for just, like, nearly killing myself, kind of.
Yeah.
So there you
No,
go, kids.
that's-
If you
that's a good story.
if you nearly kill yourself out there, your mom will buy you Optimus Prime.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you're good, if you're brave.
Gotta be a brave boy.
Yeah, so
That's
that's
cool.
that's
That's a
why.
good
I mean, I have a lot of toys, but growing up as a kid, but I shouldn't say a lot, but like I have a lot of toys I remember, only because like it was one of those things where like you got a new toy at Christmas and your birthday, so you better make it a good one,
True.
kind of thing. So you had,
Yes,
I know
I
that
do
you
remember
had,
that.
you went for the video game out of your birthday and Christmas, but I went for like, oh, I'm gonna get an action figure, or I'm gonna get a like a Nerf gun, or I'm gonna get this or that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
you got the hammer up. Took.
Book.
You don't have to hit the ball, but
Watch
I'd
this.
like to. Watch him.
How do you do this? Can I do this yet? Yes.
Come on.
Poof.
Oh, nice. I do remember that I had a bunch of the toys from Batman the Animated Series,
Oh yeah.
and I loved those toys because somehow they made them look just like the animated series. Like they're very stocky, and they could make them look like the cartoon characters. So it was one of the few toys I remember. Like, oh yeah, Batman looks like this on the TV show, and he looks like this in my hand. So like I really liked that.
That's cool. I like that. I think I had a Batman the Animated Series, like he was on a motorcycle and you could rev the motorcycle up and he'd travel along it.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty cool.
I didn't have the motorcycle. I had the Batmobile, but that was cool because
Ooh.
first off, the hubcaps of the Batmobile, you could pull them out and they were like tire puncturers or something like that. Like they didn't do anything, but you were just like, I'm gonna rip the tires. It was really cool. And like he had like
That is really
he had like
cool.
a bat wing that like you could pull the cockpit out and wings would fall down and he could fly with that. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. So plus it's the Batmobile. Like the Batmobile of the animated series is one of the coolest Batmobiles.
I agree. It's kind of got, like you said, everything's kind of stocky in that show.
Yeah.
So it's kind of got this like bold, blocky kind of look to it.
Yeah, I love that show. So I was like, oh, I got toys for it. Heck yeah. Ooh, treasure.
Oh, wow.
You got that compass?
It was invisible. Of
Yep.
course, I think
Really need to get a different sound effect for walking in water.
it just sounds like he's merrily going along.
That sound effect's too moist. That's too moist.
Moist. Some people don't like the word moist.
I'm not a fan of it, but you know, I can tolerate it. It's a useful word. I just don't like it. Okay, what was yours? I mean, well, you had video games, so you didn't really have any toys,
Yes.
did you?
Well, I most certainly had some toys as well. I can't do anything.
You're not going
with
that way.
this. Nope. But I remember, and I'm a bit of a pack rat, so I still have it. But the Megazord from Power Rangers, the original Megazord,
Oh, you sure do.
it's just it's so good. It's right over there. I'll go get it. Why not? We're here. We're playing.
Wait for it. It's like 5 toys in one. That's like you really got your money's worth out of the Megazord.
There he is. My little Megazord. This is the original. There he is. And it's they've recently been remaking the Legacy Megazord or whatever. They've kind of been remaking them, but that's an original.
They've been remaking
But
them. Man,
I
I'm gonna get
remember, I mean, I guess most kids my age did, but I had a hard Power Ranger phase. And so I mean, I just eat, breathe, slept Power Rangers. And I wanted that Megazord basically at the height of its popularity, which was really the worst time to try to get one because they were sold out everywhere. But I know it was close to my birthday or Christmas or something like that, so it worked out. And I remember we went to a store at one point to try to find one, and they didn't have it. And then someone returned one, like right as we were leaving the store. So it was like, oh, well, we just got one on sale now. And I was like, oh, buy it, oh, please buy it. Ah! Ah!
freaking yeah. Little Josh freaking out. Yep. I got a good story.
Incredible.
So you remember at the well, you might not. At the Mall of Georgia, they used to have an FAO Schwartz in there when it first opened, which is just like just a big giant toy store. And shout out to Tim Bosco Turnquist. We were in there one night and just goofing around because we were in high school. We're like, we just need something to do. So we're walking around and we find this Frisbee that we started throwing around in the store. And we were like, wow, this is really fun. Like, it's a nice, neat little Frisbee. Let's buy it. And so I think Tim had some of the money and I had some of the money. So we're like, yeah, we'll split it. We'll just throw it around, in our free time and stuff. So while we're throwing it, we're like, yeah, we'll throw it around. This will be great. And some guy comes up and he's like, hey, my kid's kind of interested in that Frisbee. Could we see it? And like, I could show it to him and we could figure out if we want one. And me and Tim were like, yeah, sure. Go ahead. This is the last one though, but yeah, we're here you go. And I think we told him we were going to buy it. I can't remember specifically, but I think we were like, yeah, here. We at least said, yeah, here you go. This is the last one, but we're thinking about getting it, something like that. And so he's like, oh, thanks a lot. So we go into another section. We're doing some stuff. We're just like, okay, fine, whatever. And we're like, man, this guy's taking a long time. And we look over and we see him at the counter. And we're like, hey, man, can we have the Frisbee back? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. We liked it a lot. So we went ahead and bought it. And we're like, what the heck, dude? So he bought it out from under us. And that was the last one. There was no more. So like me and Tim were royally pissed at that guy.
That's awesome.
It was like, I'm pretty sure we at least hinted we were going to buy it. But like he definitely took it from us and was like, hey, can I see that just to see if my kid would like it? And then was like, yeah, I'm buying this. Like, oh, you are the worst.
Turned out my kid liked it.
Yeah, really. I'm like, yeah. You, sir, can get bent. So.
Get bent, sir.
I say.
So in the meantime, this is the water dungeon, basically. It's not so bad. I like this water dungeon compared to other water dungeons.
I didn't even think about it being the water dungeon. It was like, wow, it's the flooded... I don't know what I thought. It was like, well, it's a water dungeon.
It's a very moist dungeon.
Yeah. Boo! Ah!
But we've been making some headway here. Skull! 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 Rupees! Free! Yoink. You got the big key. Alright, we have the big key. We've been making progress. What is that
What
Spike
is that?
doing over there?
He's gonna get you.
He's gonna get you. Alright, Spiky, you're off screen.
Easy, buddy.
Alright, so thanks for watching. We will see you next time on Riff Arcade.
Keyboards go.